Carpentry and antiques are my passions. Through the years, I have amassed various collections as well as useful woodworking skills. I have learned that just by keeping your eyes open while earning a living, you can learn a lot. I'm always looking for ways to do things differently and deviate from what's conventional. Join me on a journey of education and entertainment through projects and adventures. My name is Tischler, and welcome to my channel. Okay, so we are just here doing some form work for the garage that's going to go right here. So I showed this in the first video, but I think we've got a little more followers since then. So what I'm doing is just making the forms, and because they don't make readily available 32-foot long boards, we have to splice them like this. So we just use a cleat with two 16-footers, and then these nails will be driven in at different angles to draw these tight together. So with all these nails, this makes it very strong. Just on and on like that.
And sizzling computers. And for the encore developers, we offer the mother of all donuts for dessert. Available now on our feature menu at the Canadian booth. 20 under 4 is fully certified.
Some of these might just have to be pounded by hand.
This summer, think 20 under 4 cigars, pipes, and gifts. Your
I should go grab my mallet. See if that one works in there. So just wrapping up the day here. We got the roof all finished, sheathing it and wrapping it and everything, so that's all done. And then we got some of these forms. I think I took some video of it on the GoPro. It's hard for me to keep track of what I've videoed and haven't videoed now because I got two different cameras going. And then we got this box built, and that just houses the electrical and plumbing and everything that'll be running into the crawl space, and just gives access to run that in there. And yeah, kind of got a lot of this leveled out and ready for the garage to start going up. So we'll be back tomorrow to keep doing some more stuff. Okay, so what I'm doing now is building a gable wall that will separate the house and garage just for fire code purposes. It'll have to be drywalled. So I'm just going to use one of the trusses as a gauge, or as a jig, I should say. And I'll just cut the pieces to the same size as the top and bottom cords. Set my saw to 412. Cut the angle on one of these. So I'll line that up there and then go to the top and make my mark. Which will be right there. 412 down. The reason I have two saws is because they tilt different ways, so it makes it a little easier and quicker. Okay, there'll be the first piece I need. And then for the bottom cord, that'll be simple enough. Just line it up with the heel, and then I'll cut a chunk to go in there and start putting the studs in. Okay, so for the studs on here, I square it up from here to where it'll land on the sloped side. So I get 22 7/8 here, and that's to the long side of the cut. So I'll measure long side, 22 7/8. Square that, and then I take my saw that I have set to square. That's at 412. This is at square, just so I'm not changing them all the time. And I'm out of nails. Back with more nails. And just like that. It's pretty simple. This wall's gonna go flush with the strapping.
Oh, okay, so it shouldn't be in the way.
I hope not. Yeah, it should be fine. Almost a two-person job.
Yeah, no, it'll be good.
Okay. Can you kind of pull the top, or oh, that sling. Can I get up here? Okay.
It might be a hole in it.
I can sit here and hold this so it won't fall. Okay, we got that up. I had to run out and help a little bit. But we'll go grab the next one and do the same thing. So in these next clips, it kind of skips a few steps because a lot of it I wasn't really around to film it because I was working on the stuff that will appear in episode 6. So basically we just poured the concrete slab and that's all that's really missed, and a bit of the preparation for that, but it was simple enough. So I apologize for that missed content, but it'll be better content for episode 6. Okay, so it's the morning after we poured the slab, and I know I didn't really get a lot of video on this. I wasn't working on this too much. I was more working on framing the walls and doing all that stuff. I don't really know how I'm gonna organize these in episodes, but a lot of the content will be there, so that's what matters, I guess. So I'm just working on stripping the forms right now. So to pull the pins, we have a special tool. I think it's just called a pin puller. But basically you just hook it onto the pin like that and push up, and it comes right out. So yeah, that makes pulling pins really easy, and it doesn't damage the pin because you're not bashing it back and forth or pulling on it and bending it. So it just pulls it straight up, which is pretty good. So I think I'll leave it there for episode 5. I'm not really sure what's all going to be in the episode yet. We've kind of been doing things not necessarily out of order, but not really in an order that might make sense to most people. So I'm gonna try and put the clips in a way that would seem like the way it would go. So yeah, I'll try and assemble this video and get it out. So stay tuned for episode 6. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.